some breaking news for you. There is a tragedy, a serious tragedy in Egypt. A hot air balloon packed with tourists catches fire. 18 people on board were killed. Those are the numbers that we have right now. This is happening outside of the ancient city of Luxor. Apparently, a gas line ruptured. The balloon burst into flames, then crashed into a sugarcane field. Reports say the fire was so intense the victims were essentially cremated. It's one of the worst accidents in the history of Egypt's tourism industry. None of the passengers on board, thankfully, were Americans. But again, there were a lot of tourists on board, including European tourists.
So we're going to keep following that for sure. 6:25 in today's Health Watch. Deaths of teen drivers jumped sharply last year. The report is coming from the Governor's Highway Safety Association, and it says deaths of 16 and 17-year-old drivers in the first 6 months of 2012 were actually up 19% compared to the year before. This reverses a decades-long trend of lower fatalities. Numbers for the rest of 2012 won't be released until later this year. They are expected to show an increase overall in traffic deaths.
6:26. Changing your diet can help prevent heart disease, even for those at high risk. The study, first published on the New England Journal of Medicine's website, suggests switching to a Mediterranean diet, which sounds good to me. Research shows it can slash the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and deaths from heart disease by 30%. A Mediterranean diet includes a lot of fruits. You got the vegetables, nuts, fish, olive oil, moderate amounts of wine, but very little baked goods and pastries. So basically the opposite of the American diet.
We're all gluttons, right? All right. 6:26. Science fiction coming to becoming a real medical miracle at Cornell University.
Professor Larry Bonassar and his students developed a 3D printing method to make a precisely modeled replacement ear. Remember we were talking about this with Shelley?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
This is so weird. So like all printers, the Cornell lab uses a form of ink, but here's the thing, their ink is alive. The gel used in printing the ears has living cells in it. It can be directly implanted into a patient or even grown in an incubator until it gets implanted. The professor believes this is just scratching the surface of what 3D biomedical printing could accomplish in the years ahead. The replacement ears, we just wanted you to hear this, are still being evaluated. No word on when they will be tested on a patient. That's so crazy.
Just amazing, you know, the advancements being made in that. It's a 3D.
I know. I'm telling you,
printer.
Star Trek, the transporter, it was onto something.
You think that's coming up soon?
I don't know.